Before we go to today's class, let us read the previous two verses and then go for today's class. Today is 31 and 32. Let us do the 29 and 30. Svabodhe nanyabodhe cha bodharupatayatmanah nadipasyanyadeepe cha yatha svatma prakashani Nishithya nikhilopadhin neti neti vakyataha vidyadaikyam mahavakyai jivat parama jivatma paramatmano. So that's the end of the previous class. We will start with the new verse today. Avidyakam shariradi drishyam buddhudavaksharam yetadvilakshanam vidyat aham brahmeti nirmalam. Avidyakam shariradi drishyam buddhudavat ksharam yetadvilakshanam vidyat aham brahmeti nirmalam. Vidyat, you must know. It's an impression. What you must know? Aham Brahma iti. I am Brahma. You must know that. What type of Brahma? Nirmalam Brahma. Aham Brahma iti nirmalam. What is this? Etad vilakshanam. This is very different from the first line. What is in the first line? Avidyakam shariradi drishyam. Everything is an object seen. That is called the heya. That is called the Prameyam, seen, object, drishyam, all mean one. Drishyam means seen, known, object, drishyam. What are they? Sharira adi. All the sharira, indriyas, manasa, buddhi, stula, sukshma, karana, all the shariras, drishyam, they are nothing but an object of appearance. Because of what? Avidyakam. Born out of ignorance. Avidya. Avidyakam means avidya is ignorance. Avidyakam, born out of ignorance. What are they? Sharira adi. All the three shariras, they are all drishyam. Yad drishyam, tannashyam. Whatever is seen, it must perish. That is the rule of law. If you see anything as an object, it will perish. You take anything in the world, maybe a little time difference that. What he is saying? Buddhudavat ksharam drishyam sharam. Drishyam will go away. Drishyam will disappear. How it disappears? He gives an example. Buddhudavat. Buddhuda is a bubble on the water. There is a bubble on the water. How much time it will be there? It gets formed and then it gets broken and it gets dissolved into the same water. Avidyakam shariradi drishyam buddhudavat ksharam. Shariradi drishyam avidyakam ajñatva. They are from the avidya. Ksharam buddhudavat. They are transient. They don't have any permanence, whatever it is. But what are you? Etad vilakshanam. Completely different from that. Aham Brahma iti. I am Brahman. What type of Brahman? Nirmalam Brahman. Nirmalam means no avidya. All others are with the avidya. This is without the avidya or it is only pure jnana swarupa. Nirmalam, not avidya. Aham, myself, Brahma iti. I am the Brahman. Vidyat, you must know. The body, etc., up to the causal body. Stula body, Sukshma body, causal body. Stula Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, Karana Sarira. These are avidyakam, products of ignorance, which are drishyam. They are perceived as the objects, including the body, including the mind. Mind also I am able to observe. No, whatever is known is not you. Whatever is known must be an object, and object is not you. They are all perishable. Like what? Like the bubbles. Realize through discrimination. Vidyat means you must know. Know how? By discrimination, by this tatpada vichara. We are now in the tatpada vichara. What is that? That I am Brahman. That tatpada vichara, because of that vidyat, that I am the nirmalam Brahma ahamasmi. I am the pure Brahman. And etad vilakshanam, completely separate from all these things. Avidyakam means up to the causal body. Avidyakam means from the sthola body, sukshma body, up to the causal body, sharira adi, body and etc., etc., so on, drishyam, perceived objects, known, prameyam, drishyam, all these mean the same. Budbhudavat, as bubbles in the water, ksharam, perishable, etadvirakshanam, very different from these sariradi, drishya, very vilakshanam from all the known. I am Brahman, Aham Brahma iti, Nirmalam Brahman, pure Brahman, Vidyat, you must know how by this analysis. In the previous sloka, Acharya said, Nikilopadin Nishithya. You negate all the upadhis by neti, etc. Here the same thing he is continuing, Drishya Nishithya. If you see in the world, anything you could perceive as an object or an experience in the mind, either outside or inside, it is perishable. There's no doubt about it, there's no exception. And all these drishyas are nishithya, they should be negated. It is the upadhi, here is the drishyam. Even this body is also drishyam, the indriyas are drishyam, mind is also a drishyam. Drishyam means object, what is seen. Drishyam means an object of experience, either as a physical object or a mental object. Every drishyam is avidyakam, means avidyajanyam. Avidya means mula vidya, the prakriti or the maya. Avidya is same as maya or the mula vidya or the prakriti. So stula prapancham is maya, sukshma prapancham is maya janyam, and then karana prapancham is maya janyam. All the three prapanchas are product of avidyakam, product of maya, product of avidya. In fact, yadrishyam tat sarvamapi mayajanyam eva. Whatever that is seen, everything without any exception is only a product of the maya. That's what he says. Shariradi drishyam, which includes sharira, indriya, manasu, buddhi, all the gross, subtle, causal, all the bodies, all of them are drishyam. Very simple. If you find anything as an observable or known, the very fact it is a known object, it is a mithya, it is only a projection. Drishyatvat, he says Bhagavad Pada in Mandukya. That means why the world is mithya? Because it is seen. Because it isn't. What is seen is mithya. What is unseen or yourself, the Atma, is the Satyam. Very difficult to swallow. I'm seeing the bottle and you are saying it is mithya. Means doesn't mean bottle is not there. Bottle does not have a real existence of its own. Like what? Budbhudam, like the perishable bubble. Whereas, what am I? Never question who am I. Who am I asks for an answer. Ramarao, Krishnarao, Venkama, Subbama, some name it answers. What am I? What am I constituting myself of? I am the Chaitanya Swarupa, Nirmala Brahma Aham iti. Aham Brahmasmi iti Nirmala Brahman. What is that Brahman? Etad vilakshanam. In one go, everything is an object, is perishable, and Brahman is the seer or the non-object or the subject. I am not the Maya Janyam. I am the Maya Adhishtanam. I am not the product of Maya. I am the substratum for that Maya. I am not Avidya-janyam. I am Avidya Adhishtanam. I am the supporting principle for the Avidya. I am not the Kshetram. I am not the field. Field means all the objects outside and inside. The mind also are Kshetram. And I am the Kshetrajna. All these objects are Ksharam, perishable. I am the Aksharam, which is not perishable. All these objects are Drishyam. I am not the Drishyam. I am the Drik. I am not the Shariram, which is Avidya Janyam. What type is my nature? Aham Nirmalam Brahma iti Vidyat. Aham, myself, Nirmalam Brahma. The Brahma does not have a trace of impurity or avidya in that. Kevala Drugrupa Aham Brahmasmi. I am the just, the Sakshi which is witnessing all the objects. Kshara, Akshara, Uttama. Three Purushas there. द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमपुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मा इत्युदाहृतः. These are the verses from Bhagavad Gita. There are three Purushas you must know. The Kshara Purusha, the Akshara Purusha, and the Parama Purusha or Uttama Purusha. Parama or Uttama same. Kshara Purusha means this body, this jiva, the body, whatever I am seeing, all the objects that I am seeing, including the body, are the Kshara Purusha. Who is the Akshara Purusha? The Ishvara from which everything propelled is the Akshara Purusha. That is, Maya Upahita Brahma is called this Ishvara. Maya associated with Brahman is called the Ishvara, and that is called the Akshara, also called Maya. Then Uttama Purusha is beyond the Maya, which is the substratum for the Maya and the Akshara and Kshara. Kshara is the effect or the cause that you see, all the objects and Drishyam. Akshara is the cause, all the effects are Kshara. The cause is the Ishvara or the Akshara, which is Avyakta, which is not seen. It can also be called as Maya. Kshara is what is seen. Akshara is what is the principle from which every Kshara is coming. Uttama Purusha or Parama Purusha is the one which is the support for the Akshara as well as the Kshara. This distinction you must know. When you're examining your body, mind, and all the objects, oh, these are Kshara. That is what he is saying in this particular verse. All these are Buddhavatsharam. They are like the bubble which are Kshara. Then who is the Akshara? The Maya which is propelling all these things. Avidyadikam. That is the Akshara. Then who are you? Uttama Purusha. Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. That is the Uttama Purusha. All three are covered in the verse. The deeper analysis is it establishes the mithyatva or the finitude or unreality. What is mithyatva? It is finite, it changes, time bound, many, and not independent, dependent upon something else. An object is, when I say this world is mithya, the bottle is mithya, table is mithya, it does not mean they are not available for transaction. The table is available for transaction, water is available, I am available. Transactionally, we cannot deny them, they are present. But they are projections of the Chaitanya through the Chit. Chit is projecting on the mind is projecting on the objects, and you are seeing. Then what is the definition of mithya? Whatever is seen. Why? Seen changes. Number one. Seen is finite. It is time bound. There will be a beginning, there is an ending. Seen is not the seer. Scenes are many, the known are many, and then seen always depends on the seer. It doesn't have an independent existence. And seen is a product. Product cannot be the ultimate. The cause only can be the ultimate. And the Brahma is the cause of the cause. Brahma, the Maya, this above the Maya. We can say Karya Vilakshanam, Karana Vilakshanam, or Maya, Mayatitam. Okay, Mithyatva is finitude, unreality, only the transactional reality only, not absolute reality. Such a vastu we called mithya. You must clearly understand when an Advaitin says world is mithya, he is not saying the physical appearance of the world is not there. Experientially present, in reality not there. Why? It is unreal, finite, changes, many, not independent. For these reasons, the world is mithya. Nature of the body is avidyadikam. Shankaracharya begins by categorizing the body and the world into one group. World has objects, body is also an object, mind is also an object because I am knowing it. All these are avidyadikam, born out of ignorance or maya. And he is comparing them to a bubble. This is a standard analogy in Vedanta. The body mind complex is like a bubble. We don't know when it breaks. We all know yesterday our friends are there. Suddenly one of them disappeared today morning like a bubble. A bubble is born from the water, exists for a moment in the water, and dissolves in the water. We also like bubbles, born in the water, a consciousness, and then exist for a moment in the consciousness, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 100 years, then dissolve back into the consciousness. The bubble has got no independent existence apart from the water. Now I ask you, please show me a bubble where there is no water. Without water, how can I create a bubble? There must be some minimal amount of moisture should be there to produce a bubble. Okay. Perishability, ksharam. The word ksharam is ever decaying, constantly changing. Then the status. Who are you? All these are, what are all these objects? These are drishyam. They are seen. What is this? What is their status? They are drishyam. The philosophical weight of this sloka is in drishyam. Everything is a drishyam other than the drik, the Atma. Everything that can be seen, perceived, known as object is nashyam. Yadrishyam tannashyam. Why the world is mithya? Because drishyatvat. It is objectifiable. Whatever I can objectify, it is not the subject which is knowing it. I can perceive a thought, I can know my mental modifications, so mind is also an object before the consciousness. By labeling the body and adi, shariradi, body and the rest as drishyam, effectively he strips the I of all the physical and mental layers. You are not any of these because they are all drishya. You happen to be the drik and you are not the drishya. He is stripping the I away from the stula, sukshma, karana, prapancha, all the experiences. By great contrast, etad vilakshanam. This second half says, you are that etad vilakshanam vidyat. You must know yourself as distinct from the changing world, changing objects, the mithya world, the projected world. There is no equivalent word in English for mithya. You have to understand that mithya is not actual absence of a vyavahara. They have transactability, they have utility, they have appearance. That doesn't qualify for satyatva. Satyatva depends upon one should not change, one should be permanent, one should be one, and one should be the knower and independent of the objects. Now the objects are just opposite. They are many, they are transient, they change, they are impermanent, and they are dependent upon something else. Paratantra, not independent. That is why the world is a mithya. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. Jagat Nasti, we did not say. We did not say Jagat is not there. Jagat is an appearance, projection, Mithya, object, Drishyam. Brahma is the Drashtar, is the Drik, and Jagat is the Drishyam. And this Brahma, you are Vilakshanam, possessing entirely different characteristics. What are the different characteristics? World is perishable and self is imperishable. Aksharam. The body is ashuddha, impure, material, and then Brahma is nirmalam, stainless and pure. The direct realization, Aham Brahmeti, the verse concludes with the ultimate instruction, know better that you are the Brahman, know that I am the Brahman, the Nirmala Brahman. The goal of the entire Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, including this Atma Bodha, is the seeker is told to shift the identity from the bubble to the ocean. The bubble is you and your body, and the ocean is what you are, the Brahman. Shift the ID. The misidentification is there. I am identifying myself with the bubble as the true thing. The true thing is the ocean. I am identifying myself with the transitory body mind indriya complex and thinking this I am Subha, I am so and so, I am Sharma, all these things. But in reality, these are all drishyas like a bubble, and I am the like the ocean, the Brahma. On perishability, Bhagavad Gita is 2:18, you see. Antavanta ime deha nityastokva saririnaha anashino aprameyasya tam titikshasva bharata. Ime, these, dehadi, all the objects, antavanta, they are finite, they have the end. Nityastoktva shariranaha. There is another thing which is a nitya within the body, which is called the Atman. That's exactly the same thing. Shankara uses antavanta in Gita. Here uses the word ksharam. Because the akshara is the Brahma. Kshara is this one. Akshara, in our sense here, is Maya. Uttama Purusha is the higher one. In Mundaka Upanishad, Akshara itself is called the Brahman. Does not matter. Little understanding. Maya, when the Brahman and Maya are together, you call it as Akshara. Without the Maya component, Brahman alone is, you see, that is the Nirguna Brahma, which is called the Uttama Purusha. Bubble analogy. The world is often described as Jalabudbhudavat Sarvam. Everything like a bubble of water. We also say colloquially, it's a bubble, it has to burst somewhere. Now you have got this great bubble of this real estate and all these companies, it bursted, bubble bursted, because bubble has to burst. So we had a big bubble of all this recession and all that around 10 years back. The bubble bursted. And Corona came, bigger bubble came, that also bursted. Okay, bursted many people also. This serves as ultimate vairagya. When you compare yourself with a transitory nature like a bubble, it induces in you a strong sense of dispassion or vairagya. If we know the body is a bubble, we will not grieve for the changes. We will not grieve for death. We will not celebrate birth or death. अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादंश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूञ्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः. Gita again, what it says, you are thinking of impermanent things and attributing permanence to that. And you say, as though you are a very educated man, you give lectures also. No, this body can be maintained like this, that, all these things. And this body is different from that body. I am very powerful, he is weak, all these things. We give lectures. But go and see the Panditas, the learned people, Gatasun, Agatasun, Chananu Sochanti, the bursted bubble and unbursted bubble, they know that it is going to burst. Gatasun, bursted bubble, a bubble that got bursted. Agatasun, not bursted. It's anyway bubble, that's also going to burst. They see them equally. That's what that verse says. What a beautiful verse. Like that, Nirmalam, Svatasvara Upanishad, this Nirmalam, it further defines in that. Nishkalam, Nishkriyam, Shantam, Niravajyam, Niranjanam, Nirmalam Brahma. That is Svata. Nirmalam means Nishkalam. There are no parts. It is one whole. Nishkriyam. There is no activity there. Activities are helped by the Brahman. Brahman doesn't have an activity. It is Shantam. There is no disturbance at all. It is ever in equilibrium. Niravadyam. Niravadyam means there no disease or decay. Niranjanam, no taint. Niravajyam, blameless, diseaseless. Niranjanam, spotless. That is Nirmalam. To show that no matter how impure or diseased the body may be, there's one person is there, he is suffering from advanced leprosy. All the body is stinking and full of ulcers and crippling. However impure the body is, Atma, as like the space, is ever pure, Nirmalam. All the impurities are to the coverings only. All the so-called makeups, no, for powder, scent, all these, facials, all these things are only for the body. Why you are so engrossed with the body consciousness? Why not you understand the consciousness behind you? The bridge between 32nd and this verse, what he's saying, you are not the body because it is a perishable object, budbhudavat. And also remember it is a product of avidya. Then why it is appearing so wonderful and all? Avidya, that is Maya. The Maya is making you think that you are this wonderful body-mind complex, all the possessions, world, everything, drishya. They appear very tantalizing, very attractive, and look very permanent. Why? Because of the illusion. And that he has said, avidyadikam budbhudavat shariradi. What are you? You are quite distinct. Etat vilakshanam. Aham Brahma, Nirmalam Brahma. Since I am not the body, I am free from birth, I am free from death, I am free from sensory attachments, which is going to tell in the verse 32. Since I am not the body, then no question of celebrating my birthday or celebrating somebody's death day. Okay. So, for example, the birth. Do you know when you are born? How do you know? Somebody told you that you are born on such and such. Did you ever witness your birth? You cannot. Can anyone see their face in the obituary column after they die? They cannot witness their death also. What is the big thing which I cannot witness, either death or birth? I keep celebrating, Jayanti, Vardhanti, all confusions. What are you talking about it? Sensory attachment, so many attachments because of the senses only. Together they form a negative assertion cycle. One assertion is you are not the body. This is avidya janitam, very perishable, buddhavat, this is drishyam, object. Over. Okay. If I am not the body, then what is the fruit? The prayojana I got. Hi, you do. If you are not the body, then there is no birth, no death, no decay, no change, no sense, no attachments. That's the second part of the cycle. Now we go to the second verse of today. What is the first verse again? I am repeating. आविद्या आविद्यकं शरीरादि दृश्यं बुद्बुदवत् क्षरम् आविद्यकं शरीरादि दृश्यं बुद्बुदवत् क्षरम् एतद्विलक्षणं विद्यात् अहं ब्रह्मेति निर्मलम् अहं ब्रह्मेति निर्मलम्. This is the Nididhyasana Vakya, contemplation phrase. Close your eyes and say this 3 times. Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. Now, after the class, sit for 15 minutes and meditate on that. Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. That is the understanding. Now, let's go to the continuation verse. देहान्यत्वान्न मे जन्म जराकर्षलयादयः शब्दादिविषयैः सङ्गो निरिन्द्रियतया न च देह देहान्यत्वात् I am not the body as I have proved in the 31st verse. न me for me, na janma, no birth, na jara, no old age, na karshya, decay, na laya, death, adaya, etc., etc. In the body, we have got six things we get. Not only body, any object will have six things. These six things are, we will see. This is called the Shad Urmi, or the six-fold changes that occur in an object that he is negating. Why? May, for me, na janma jara karsha laya adaya, because deha anyatvat. I am totally different from the deha. Etad vilakshanam aham ramyati nirmalam. So I am Deha Anyatva. I am not the Deha. So where is the question of birth, death, decay, change, everything, and finally any of these things, six changes. Okay, I am not having these changes, but the world is there. No, they must be real. Because I'm seeing my wife before me, she is very real. I'm seeing my house, my properties, my bank accounts, my possessions, my degrees, my students. So many things I'm seeing. Are they real? Saptadi Vishayaihi Sango, the attachment to the Shabda, etc., etc. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Shabda for the ear, Rupa for the eye, Rasa for the tongue, Gandha for the nose, Sparsha for the skin. Shabdadi Vishayaihi. All five senses, you have to experience the world either with one or more senses only. If all the five senses are not there, you cannot experience the world. Shabdadi Vishayai objects. Sangaha, attachment to. Nacha, I don't have. Why I don't have? Nirindriyataya. I don't have the five indriyas. Atma does not have the indriyas. The body has the indriyas, so it has contact with the Vishayas. Atma nirindriyataya. Nirindriyataya means because of the reason of not possessing indriyas. Indriyataya, possessing indriyas because of that. Nirindriyataya, opposite. No indriyas are there for me. So I have no connection with the Sabdhati Vishaya. That means the entire world is negated when you say Sabdhati Vishaya, including your mental world and physical. All Sukshma Sarira and Prapancha is negated. When you say Janma Jara Karshalayadaya, all the Stula Sarira changes are negated. Dehanyatvat name Janma Jara Karshalayadaya Sabdadi Vishayaihi Sangaha, the attachment with Sabda, etc. objects Nirindrayataya nacha. It is not there because I am as Atman. I don't have the equipment to perceive the Indriyas. Atma doesn't have this equipment. If you are perceiving the world because you have these five equipments, I am other than the body, anyatvat. So I am free from the changes of janma, jara, karsha, laya, adaya, birth, wrinkling, senility, death, etc. Okay, do you have any connection with the world that's outside as an Atma? No. What do you mean? How can I have a connection with the world? The world requires the Indriyas, and I don't have Indriyas. When I don't have Indriyas, how do I get a contact with the world? I am Asanga, Nissanga. I have nothing to do with the sense objects such as sound, taste, touch, etc. Because I am nirindriyataya, without the sense organs. Dehanyatvat, because I am other than the body, not me, for me, janma, jara, karsha, laya, adaya. Janma, birth, jara is getting old age, karsha, senility, and then laya, death, and so on. Okay, you are not having the body changes. What about the world? Shabdadi Vishayaihi. The objects around, all the objects, including a wife, son, property, books, table, chair, friends, everything is Sabdada Vishaya. Sangaha association also. Nacha, I don't have. Why? Nirindriyataya. Because I am without the organs to perceive the Vishaya. Table is there. Can it perceive your wife or you or anything in the room? It cannot because it doesn't have any indriyas. Okay, Atma also, is it like a table? No, Atma is Chaitanya Swarupa, which gives existence to everything else and doesn't have any of the equipments. Mananam is the removal of all the doubts. Sravanam means first listening and acquiring the knowledge. Manana is samsaya nivrityartham, to remove the doubts. Because whenever I say Aham Brahmasmi, I always have a doubt. What is this? The teacher is telling, Shankaracharya is telling, you are Brahma, you are Nirgunam Nirmalam Brahma. But I am not able to understand. Brahma is a Nirvikaram, birthless and deathless. But I am seeing people dying, I am born. How can I, this having birth, having death, how can I be that birthless Brahman, deathless Brahman, changeless Brahman, unique Brahman? How can I be? This is a big samshaya. All of you have. All of we have. How can I say I am Nirvikara Janma Marana Rahita? I don't have birth, I don't have death, I don't have decay, I don't have old age, I don't have any Vikara. How can I say I'm seeing all these things happening? No. How can I say and also I'm always frightened of the death only, death and old age. See, little wrinkle here, immediately go to Botox. Because should not have wrinkle. At 65 or 70, if I have a wrinkle, people will think I am old. I have to be very young, looking very young. Always that tapana is there. I should not die. I have to keep the body very young, trim, and also I should not die. This is always the problem for all of us. What will happen in our old age? Always the anxiety is there. Now I am 65. Maybe when I come to 85, I may not be able to get up from the chair. Who knows whether you will live up to 85, first of all. Second thing is, what will be why do you worry now? When you come to that bridge, you cross it. Why are you worried now? Therefore, when the fear is constantly there that I am going to get old, I am going to die, and I am subject to all these changes, how can I claim that I am Aham Brahmasmi? This is the biggest doubt. Then that is, you have to do the mananam. For that purpose, you are insecure. You are very insecure about your body, your possessions, your future, your ideas, your friends, everything else. That insecurity requires manana. That is constant contemplation. How can I be Brahman? Must be immediately answered by you. Then only you will be able to believe that you are Brahman and live as Brahman. What do you mean by the word I? Then question, you have to reflect I am saying I am miserable, I am insecure. What do you mean by that word I? To which you are attaching that I? And then whenever that doubt comes, the thought of insecurity comes, bhaya comes, I refer to the body because I am thinking I am the body, all these things are happening. The body can never say Aham Brahmasmi. Your body can never become Brahma. The body can never claim Aham Brahmasmi. Why? Body is an object and Brahma is non-object. Brahma and body are, one is an object, the other is not an object. How can you claim? Another thing is, you have, let us say you have 1,000 rupees, 900 rupees in the bank and 100 rupees in the dream. Do you think you have 1,000 rupees? Huh? 100 rupees in the dream, you have 900 rupees in the bank. Do you have 1,000 rupees or 900 rupees? Only 900. So one is one reality, the swapna is another reality, the vyavahara is another reality. You cannot get the swapna 100 here and add here. Or you cannot take the 900 there and spend 1,000 there in the swapna. These are two different realities. Brahma, as you are in another reality called the Paramarthika reality. Vyavahara, Pratibhasika, Paramarthika. As the body, you are in the Vyavahara. You cannot be the Brahman as the body. Deha will be insecure. That is the very nature of the Brahman. Then what did I say? Deha anyatvat. I am not the body as a vilakshanam. I am. Then, if I am Deha Vilatvat, these are all qualities of the Deha. Janma, Jara, Karshya, Laya, all these things are related to the Deha. And I am now know the I as I am is not the Deha. Then these will not bother me. Therefore, old age is called apakshaya. There is no apakshaya also. Apakshaya. Now, these are sixfold changes we say. Asti, Jati, Varthate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Nashyate. Asti, it is there in the mother's womb. Jati, put in the, it is born. Asti, Jati, Varthate, Viparinamate changes. Varthate grows, Viparinamate changes, Apakshiyate decays, and Nashyati. These are called six-fold waves. That is what he is saying. Those six waves only he is putting here. Janma, Jara, Kshaya, Janma, Jara, Karshya, Layadayo, Name. I don't have. Why? Dehanyatvat. I am not the body. When you reflect carefully, you are not the body. You understand? Then there is no question of you dying or being born or subject to all these miseries and vicissitudes of life. Immediately you are free of any anxiety. There is no bhaya, there is no insecurity. You feel 100% abhaya or secure. The security is not in the deposits or in insurance policy or your grown-up son or in the properties or your relations. Security is you yourself as an Atma, you are ever sick. You unfortunately, we think that these other things give us the support and secure. There's a good doctor. He's a wonderful friend of mine. He will pull me out from any disease. I feel very secure. What is that? The doctor also is a mortal. He himself does not know when he is going to die and how he is going to die. Don't be too much dependent on any external things. That does not mean you should not, use the external resources. Your psychological dependence on them, you should avoid. All these are not there for me. All the six changes. Body has got all these modifications. I do not have them because I am not the body. It is foolish to worry too much about the body. You can take an insurance policy. After all, you take it. Nobody denies it. The body will take its course as per the bag you have, the prarabdha karma it will take. And second line he is saying asangaha. I am asangaha. There is no attachment for the Brahman. Attachment to anything presupposes and conditionally requires the indriya. If you want an attachment, you must have the indriya. The table has got no attachment to you to anything because it does not have indriyas. These five indriyas only cause the attachment. Five indriyas and the ringleader, the mind together, cause the attachment. Atma does not have the indriyas, so there is no question of Atma being asanga. It is a nissanga, asanga. Asangoham, 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 punah punah. Shankaracharya has one chapter, one prakarana. You recite it after the class. Asangoham, 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 punah punah. Ask me 1,000 times. Punah punah, again and again. I am asanga, I am not. Satchidanandarupoham ahamevahamavyayah. I am myself. I am means Brahma. Brahma is myself. I am. Ahamasmi. Am Brahmasmi. Shabdasparisya Rupa Rasagandha. These stand for the objects of the world. These objects include, The padarthas are the physical objects, or people, or mental objects also. Shankaracharya says that all these connections are not there for me. Why? These require the indriyas. And I am Nirindriya. I don't have Nirindriyatva, Nirindriyataya. Because I don't have the Indriyas as Atma, how can I be entangled with the objects of the world? How can I be enmeshed and then caught in the web of the attachment of the world? As an Atma, I don't have Indriyas. The Indriya is Prakriti Janyam. What is Indriya? Indriya is born out of Panchabhuta. The I, if you dissolve it completely into matter, it is only Panchabhuta. This way. For example, the entire body at the end of the great show here is going to merge into the Panchabhuta. So it is Prakriti. Vishayas are also Prakriti. The objects outside are made of Panchabhutas or Prakriti. The body also is made up of Panchabhutas and Prakriti. Prakriti and Prakriti have connection. But I, the Purusha, I am not the matter. How do I have the Sangha there? I am ever Asanga. Asango hi ayam Purusha. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The beautiful statement, Asango hi ayam Purusha. Asango hi asango nahi sajyate. This is a Brihadaranyaka Vakya. From there only, this asangoham, nisanga, all these things have come. So, for me, there is no connection with the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, etc. All the five modalities of sensations which make me experience the world and make me feel that they are very good or very bad, I like, I dislike, I own them, I disown them. All these things are coming because of the five indriyas connected to the mind. Five indriyas and mind, of course, they are not the Atma, they are Anatma, they are Avidyakritam, they are outside the Atma purview, so the indriyas are not there for the Atma. Atma nirindriyavatvat, nirindriyataya, because Atma does not have the indriya, it is Asanga. Now, let us go a little deeper. Body versus self. Body has got birth, old age, jara, thinning, karsya. Karsya means thinning. Become thinner, old age become thinner. And death or laya. Jara janma jara karsya laya dayo. These are the properties of the body. Deho anyatvat. I am not the body. So conclusion, I as the Atman is distinct from the body. Etat vilakshanam, sixfold transformations. The Shadbhava Vikara of the body do not apply to me. I am the witness of the body's aging. I do not age. Somebody asks, what are you talking? Body ages. I don't have any age. Senses and objects. Second half of the sloka addresses the interaction with the world around. Sabdadi Vishayaihi refers to the objects of five senses, sounds, touch, sight, taste, etc. Okay, Sangaha Nacha. Also, I don't have attachment with the worldly objects. Why? Nirindriyataya. I don't have the modifications of the body because Deha Anyat. I am separate from the body. I don't have any attachment with the world around because I don't have Indriyas. Nirindriyataya. Very, very sort of conclusive proof. Nirindriyataya is very crucial. The logic is for a contact or sangha to happen, attachment to happen, there must be a medium like sound, taste, touch, and an instrument to reach that particular object. So here, self is nirindriya. The verse argues that self is asanga because it is nirindriyataya. Suppose you are in a room. Room has got a beautiful Lata Mangeshkar song they are playing, but you are totally deaf. You don't stone deaf. Can you get that music to your ears? When an indriya is touching the object, then only you get the experience. This indriya of this totally stone deaf person is not able to touch the music. Such a sweet Mangeshkar's music he is not able to appreciate. Suppose you have taken your friend to Ooty and lot of sightseeing you are doing, beautiful things you are seeing. Unfortunately, your son is blind from the birth. How can he enjoy the scenery there? So the Indriya high must have a contact with the object. Then you explain there's a beautiful waterfall, there is a beautiful garden. Then he will hear with the ear and imagine, but he cannot directly see. So any experience of the world requires the contact of the Indriya with the object. Vishaya, Indriya, Sanyogat. Vishaya, object, Indriya, the organ, Sanyogat. Everything is happening because of this contact. These Indriyas are connected to an interpreter. There is a hard disk. That interpreter will say, this is a good rose, this is a bad rose, this is a good saree, this is a bad saree. That is the mind. All this, that interpreter mind plus the extension, peripheral extension, the five Indriyas, together grasp the word. Atma is not neither the mind nor the Indriyas. This is called the Drigdrishya Viveka. Atma is not the Drishya. Atma is ever the seen. Never the seen, it is ever the seer. The body is an object, that is a drishya, that is seen, that is known. Atma is the drik or the seer. It is deha anyatvat, very separate. Kshetrajnanchapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Oh Arjun, you listen, you better understand. Bharata means any one of us. Bha is glow, rati, attachment. Bharata means a person who is attached, always interested in illumination, elucidation. That is Bharat. Okay. Kshetra, the field, the body or the objects around, are the Kshetra, and you are the Atman as the Kshetrajna. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram vityabhidhiyate. O Kaunteya, Arjuna, idam shariram, this body, he is showing his body. This body is called the kshetram. I am the kshetrajna, the knower of the field. I means the Atman here, not the first person Sri Krishna. I means the consciousness there. The functional void is there. There is nirindriya. See, for an object to be perceived, you require three things. One, the object is required. I want to see a rose. Rose must be there. Then there must be enough light. Not in dead darkness, I cannot see. That is the one of the Panchabhutas must be available. The one bhuta required here is the light or the jyoti. Then the indriya, I must be there. Then I must be awake with the mind to perceive the rose. Four things are. What are the things? The object, the Panchabhuta, one of them, the light, then the Indriya, and the mind, the interpreter. All these are powered by the consciousness. So, these are required for the objective experience of world. But Atma does not have. Atma does not have or does not require any of these Indriyas. So, it is not the perceiver of anything. So, it cannot be any attachment with the objects. Kathopanishad, there is a beautiful verse, a metaphor about chariot. So imagine the body is a chariot, and there are the sense organs are the horses, and the objects, the Vishayas are there outside. The horses are going to the path of those objects. So the horses can tread to the path of the object, and the chariot can go to the object only when the horses are pulling it in the direction of the object. Now, this Atma is not an object, not the horse, not the path, not the travel. Then where is the question of Atma having any sangha with the outside world? Shankaracharya says that Atman, there are no horses. Indriyas are the horses. Indriyani hayanyahu, indriya vishaye, vishayan stechu gocharan. Vishayan, objects, teshu, towards gocharan, going towards them. Who are going? Indriyani, hayani, ahu. Haya is horse. Indriya are called the gurras or the horses, which take you towards the Vishayas. And Atma does not have the Indriyas. How can it have a contact with the world? It cannot have. That's why asangoham, asangoham. Freedom from sixfold transformations. What are the sixfold transformations? You can write down asti, existence in the womb, jayate, born out, came out from the mother's womb, vardhate, grows, viparinamate, modifies, apachiyate, karshayati, going down, vinashyati, destruction. Asti, jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apachiyate, vinashyati. This is called the Shad Urmi. Urmi is wave, sixfold transformations. The verse explicitly denies for the Atma there is no Janma, there is no Jara, there is no Apakshiya, there is no Laya. Barhadaranyaka also says the same thing. Savayesha Mahan Aja Atma Ajaro Amaro Amruto Apayaha. This great Atma is never born, undecaying, immortal, undying, fearless. Abhaya. Contactless reality. Asangoham. Very critical. Asango na asanga. The purport is the Atma being sentient as the Chit and the objects are insentient. How can a sentient thing can have a contact with the insentient? That is one thing. Okay. There is a light falling on a dirty mirror. Okay. Light reveals the dirt, but the light itself becomes never dirty. There is a mirror is there, the dirt is there, light has fallen, you know there is dirt. Light became, mirror is dirty, but light ever can it become dirty? It cannot. Atma, the illuminer, cannot be any dirty with the worldly sangha. You can chant this verse. The first line is not Dr. Sharma or anybody else here, not the person who have built a lot of edifice around one person, lot of stories there. Big biodata, 25 pages, 10 degrees after the name. I am not that. Sakshi, the witness, profound realization here is, I am the witness of the aging process. I am not the victim of aging or death. Nirindriyataya. Om Tat Sat. Let us read the verse once again. Dehanyatvat, being very different from, Name, for me not, what not, Janma Jara Karshya Laya Daya, Janma, birth, Jara, old age, Karshya, thinning and weakening, Adaya, death, etc. Dehanyatvan Name Janma Jara Karshya Laya Daya. Okay, do I have contact with the world? That's also not possible. Septadi Vishayaihi Sango Nirindrayataya Nacha. Sango Nacha, they not cha also. Na Sangaha, Asangaha. With what? Sabdadi Vishay. Why? Nirindriyataya. Atma doesn't have the equipment to perceive the world. Dehanyattva name janma jara karshya gaya sabdadi vishayaihi sango nirindriyataya nacha. So do these two meditations I have told you after this is over. What is the first meditation? Aham nirmalam brahma. Aham nirmalam brahma. Aham nirmalam brahma. What is the second meditation? Asangoham, 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 punah punah, asangoham, 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 punah punah. So with that, today's class is over and we will go to the recitations. Now,
Tapovi क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणाम् अपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते बोधोऽन्यसाधनेभ्यो हि साक्षात् मोक्षैकसाधनम् पाकस्य वह्निवत् ज्ञानं विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति अविरोधितया कर्मा न अविद्यां विनिवर्तयेत् विद्या अविद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्घवत्
हरिओम गुरुगाరు
हरि
अविच्छिन्न इव ज्ञानात् तन्नासे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते यात्मा मेघापाये अंशुमानिव अज्ञानकलुषं देवं ज्ञानाभ्यासात् विनिर्मलम् कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत् संसारः स्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादिसङ्कुलः स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सच्च सद्भवेत् धन्योऽस्मि
तावत् सत्यं जगद्भाति शुक्तिकारजतं यथा यावन्न ज्ञायते ब्रह्म सर्वाधिष्ठानमद्वयम् उपादानेऽखिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थितिलयान् यान्ति बुद्बुधानीव वारिणि सच्चिदात्मन्यनुस्यूते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः व्यक्तयो विविधाः सर्वाः हाटके कटकादिवत्
ओके यथा आकाशो ऋषिकेशो नानोपाधिगतो विभुः तद्भेदद्भिन्नवद् भाति तन्नाशि केवलो भवेत् नानापाधि वसद् एव जाति वर्ण आश्रम अदायः आत्मानि आरोपितस्तोय रसवर्णादि भेदवत् पंचकृत महाभूत संभवं कर्म संचितं शरीरं सुख दुःखानां भोग आयतनम् उच्यते
पंच प्राणमनोबुद्धि दसेन्द्रिय समन्वितम् आपञ्चीकृतभूतोत्तम सूक्ष्माङ्गं भोगसाधनम् अनाद्यविद्या निर्वाच्य कारणोपाधिरुच्यते उपाधि उपाधि उपाधिधृतयादन्यम् आत्मानम् अवधारये पञ्चकोशादियोगेन तत्तन्मय इव स्थितः सुत्तात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि योगेन स्फटिको यतः
नेक्स्ट लक्ष्मण
वपुस्ता वपुषुषादिभिः कौसर्युक्तं युक्त्या वाघाततः आत्मानमन्तरं शुद्धं विविच्यातण्डुलं यथा सदा सर्वगतोऽप्यात्मा न सर्वत्रावभासते बुद्धावेवाभासते स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत् देहेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धि प्रकृतिभ्यो विलक्षणम् तद्वृत्तिसाक्षिणं विद्यादात्मानं राजवत्सदा
व्याप्तेषु इन्द्रियेष्वात्मा व्यापारी स्वविवेकिनां दृश्यते दृश्यते दृश्यते
दृश्यते अभ्रेषु
दृश्यते अप्रेषु धावस्तु धावन्निव sorry sir.
Yatha Shashi.
यथा शशि.
Your name only.
Yes sir. आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य देहेन्द्रियमनोत्रियः स्वकृत्येषु वर्तन्ते सूर्यालोकं यथा जना देहेन्द्रियगुणान् कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यास्यन्ते अविवेकेन गगने नीलतादिवत्.
Now Shashi.
अज्ञानान्मानसोपादेः कर्तृत्वादीनि चात्मनि कल्प्यन्ते भुगते चन्द्रे चलनादि यथाम्भसः रागेच्छा सुखदुःखादि बुद्धौ सत्यां प्रवर्तते सुषुप्तो नास्ति तन्नाशे तस्मात् बुद्धेस्तु नात्मनः प्रकाशोऽर्कस्य यस्य चैत्यमग्निर्यतोष्णता स्वभाव सच्चिदानन्द नित्या निर्मलतात्मनः
आत्मनः सच्चिदानं सच्च बुद्धेर्वृत्तिरिति द्वयं संयोज्य च अविवेकना जानमीति प्रवर्तते आत्मनो विकृति नास्ति बुद्धिर्बोधो न जगति जीव सर्वम् अलम ज्ञावत् जानता दृष्टेति मुह्यति
रज्जुसर्पवदात्मानं जीवो ज्ञात्वा भयं वहेत् नाहं जीवः परात्मेति ज्ञातश्चेन्निर्भयो भवेत् आत्मावभासयत्येको बुद्ध्यादीनीन्द्रियाण्यपि दीपो घटादिवत्स्वात्मा जडैस्तैर्नावभास्यते स्वबोधेनान्यबोधेच्छा बोधरूपतयात्मनः न दीपस्यान्यदीपेच्छा यथा स्वात्मप्रकाशने निषिध्य निखिलोपाधीन् नेति नेतीति वाक्यतः विद्यादैक्यमहावाक्यैः जीवात्मपरमात्मनोः.
All of you have done very good job. Little pronunciation difficulties because of Sanskrit. You have to practice. See the verse and see how I have told in the video. What I will do is I will try to recite all these 30 or 32 including today's and post the audio file so that when you practice it will be a guide for you. This is what I will do. Now today's 2 verses also we can read. Can you read Amulya?
आविद्यकं शरीरादि दृश्यं बुद्बुदवर्क्षरं ये तद्विलक्षणं विद्यात् अहं ब्रह्मेति निर्मलं देहान्यत्वान्न मे जन्म जराकार्षलयादयः शब्दादिविषयै सङ्गोः निरिन्द्रियतया न च.
Beautiful. Now sing this also yourself. Shanti mantra.
Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditavasmastu ma vidvishavahai. Om शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।